Here's a look at the Ivy League standings presented by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare system of Princeton Athletics. As we show you the overall records, the league records in duals competition will not start to be filled out until tonight. Penn is at Columbia. As you see, Penn 5-3 on the season, Columbia 3-4. And then tomorrow you have Cornell wrestling at Harvard and Brown. And Sunday, Princeton will make the trip to New York City to face Columbia. So we're excited to see Ivy duels begin, but we're more excited for what's to come here March 9th at Jadwin Gym, the first Ivy League championships.
So excited for that, and obviously a huge blessing to be on the mic for that as well. I'm really excited to witness that first ever Ivy League championship.
Someone who's hoping for the first 197 Ivy League championship, that is Princeton's Luke Stout. The senior's 5-1 on the season, not ranked in the coaches poll as he hasn't wrestled 8 matches, but he is ranked in the media polls, and he is going up against the Ryder recipient at 197, Brock Zurawski. And quickly into a shot here for Stout, who his only loss is against Stephen Buchanan, who topped the 197 coaches poll. But how about Zurawski grabbing the lead with a takedown?
Yeah, Stout came out firing. He just got caught in that shot. It's one of those things you got to kind of just shake it off and get back to your feet and get back to even keel.
And Stout does get the escape. We saw in the final match of the West Virginia duel, Ty Whalen coming back from an injury, undefeated, ranked in the top 10, and he was down quickly by 9, and then all of a sudden takedown, came back to win that one, and that was from a sophomore. You know the senior's going to be poised here in Stout. Team captain from Mount Lebanon, PA, returned from an injury at his father's alma mater, Clarion, on Sunday. Technical fall victory. In fact, the last 3 wins for Stout have been via tech fall, finalized in the 3rd period. So he'll try to go at it for his first takedown here and then get going. Hasn't quite got control of the hips. He might actually try for a hook here maybe, but Zurawski keeping hold of Stout's right leg. And it'll result in a stalemate. That's a good job by Zurawski to stick with it.
Yeah, Zurawski's impressed me so far through this match, but Stout, knowing him, he just stays in these matches, and we'll see if he finds a way to score here in this first period, but back to level playing field on our feet here.
Stout has made the NCAA tournament thrice in his career. This year he's hoping to cap his collegiate wrestling career with his first All-America. Meanwhile, Zurawski, he's a sophomore, 8-7 on the season from Cape May Courthouse. His 4th duel. He began the year, though, at 184 in the Princeton Open, went 1-2. And he's impressive here at 197 in this first period against 19th ranked Luke Stout. Stout hasn't had a ton of openings, trying for an explosive move here. He may have created the opening for himself, as he'll get 3, hoping for more. And he does now have confirmation on the 3 to make it a Stout lead, 4-3, approaching short time in the first period. Zurawski wants to escape to even the score. And this might be trouble here. There will be at least some swipes. Will there be a pin before the final second goes? There will not. However, that mistake by Brock Zurawski means 4 points for Luke Stout on the near fall.
You can tell he's thinking big. From the get-go, he just came out firing and, wound up catching him out of position here. As you can see, a little bit of a pancake. Starts with the front trip here, short time. Just winds up catching him in a pancake. Almost a fall there.
And one would have to wonder, had there been more time for Luke Stout, would he have gotten 6 for Princeton as Stout begins on the bottom? Seatbelt position, but up 8-3 after getting the huge 4 points. Zurawski's been at times really impressive, but then you see a little bit of a slip up, and Stout won't get a reversal, but an escape to make it 9-3. And that's the thing you learn when you're an underclassman, how you have to be consistent throughout the full 7 minutes. And now this is where Stout wants the match to be. Takedown, cut, 2-point differential, and he'll try to ramp things up as it continues. Zurawski gets in a bit deep on the shot. Stout stays defensive, keeps the hips forward. Tries to get around the left ankle. Zurawski now will try to lean his weight forward and put Stout towards his back, but Stout looks like he's more in control, and he'll try to make it 3. Now he will. So it's 15-4 Luke Stout.
Yeah, good job by Stout, just staying composed in that position. Obviously, that was one that he got taken down in the first period here. We'll see how this ends up. A little bit of a precarious position. Gonna be a stalemate.
Zurawski was hoping for 2 there to help out the cause. He still has the riding time advantage, and that's the thing with, obviously, the last 2 years, the scoring change from 2 points to 3 points for the takedown is a huge dynamic, but it just shows you now how important the mat wrestling can be, where, yes, you can dominate, but are you getting anything extra to it? Those 4 points at the end of the first period just turned the tide of this match in favor of Stout.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I'm a big proponent of mat wrestling, and obviously, you know, hey, 3 points, that's huge for a takedown, but, you know, obviously these riding time points, these back points, they really matter, and it's usually a separator.
Stout trying to keep control in the final seconds. Zurawski couldn't quite escape as the second period comes to an end. So at the top of the broadcast, we mentioned how tight the last 2 meetings has been, but now you see Ryder with the lead all time, but the Tigers, they've won 4 of the last 5 meetings. They've now gotten the advantage here in Mercer County. And again, the last 2, especially 2 years ago, we were going off there, not sure what was going to happen, suspecting maybe Ryder might win by criteria, but couldn't confirm it. It was about 10 or 15 minutes after he went off the air. It was determined criteria. D. Ryder was on the bus, learning of it. Okay, that's how you won. This one so far begins with a quick storm by Ryder. Princeton trying to turn it the other way. They would love not just 1 bonus point, but 2 here if they can get the tech fall.
No doubt about it. And obviously, given the fact that Ryder has started so strong, you got to lean on guys like Luke Stout to come out here and put up bonus points. And, you know, so far he's done a good job, especially given that first takedown he gave up. Just staying composed, staying calm, you know, getting back to his, you know, positions and putting himself in a position to do that, to get some bonus points here for the team.
And you saw there the left shoulder and now face being wiped off of some blood for Brock Zurawski. They wrapped up one of his fingers. So obviously want to make sure things are sanitized before they begin this third period. Luke Stout begins on top. Now, if he can get 4 near fall points here, it's a tech fall. If there's not anything he likes here early, the imagination here goes cut him loose and try to get another takedown.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you know, Luke Stout being very good on his feet, he'll probably, especially if he's not getting anywhere on top, you know, odds are he's going to start thinking about a cut. And as you see, he's working hard on top here, which I love to see. But sure enough, here we go, back on our feet.
2 ticks shy of, and when I say ticks, that's 1/10 of a second shy of a minute in riding time advantage for Stout, but he's going to go for a takedown and maybe more here. He might not just get 5, he might get 6 for Princeton. Zurawski's going to have to defend. Can Luke Stout finish with a pin? Man, it's been a struggle for Ryder at this and 3 other weight classes that are coming up. And Luke Stout still not yet finishing this sequence. Zurawski now will get to his belly. And I think the chance here for Stout, he's not going to give up on it just yet. There's no reason to. But at some point, those four fingers are going to go up, and they do. That'll confirm the tech fall for Luke Stout, who moves to 6-1 on the season, and he's now won his last 4 by tech fall. 6:26 on the tech fall for Luke Stout. That'll make it a 10-5 score, but a real dominant showing by Luke. 3 takedowns and 2 near fall 4s to help get those 22 points.
You can tell he wanted something big from the get-go, and obviously putting 5 on the board for your team makes you feel good. And on to the 285 here at